Hi, my lovely viewers. Okay, right, what we're going to discuss tonight. We're going to discuss, actually, I'm actually doing 2 videos tonight. One of them, it won't be until tomorrow afternoon because it's going to be a long one. I'm going to actually cover a few things, just some things that I think is happening recently. I'm not sure if everybody's aware, but I'm gonna bring it to your attention tomorrow night. But tonight, I'm just going to talk about Donna Adelson's hearing today. Now, do you know what I was going to say? I didn't cover last week's. Look, I'm not a lawyer, so what you're getting from me with regards the court side of it, I'm more an observationist. But when it comes to like a lot of the motions, you're getting layman's terms from me, how I perceive it to be. There's a lot that I do know, to be fair, but there's a lot more that I don't know. So, and there's enough lawyers on here covering it. So I'm just going to give you my observations, a bit of like what happened, what I saw last week, bit in between, and what I saw today. Now, I was going to say, well, last week I thought that she looked quite well, to be fair. If you consider that she was only picked up in November, so approximately 10 months ago. Really, if you look at, she had a spring in her step. She's fit. There's no doubt about that. She's fit for her age. Well, I think she's fit anyway, but she had a spring in her step when she got picked up. You know, she wasn't slow walking or anything. She's all over it. But when we seen her last week in court, I actually thought, well, she looked like she'd put on a few pounds. Obviously, she's not on the same amount of meds. She's not drinking, you know, or doing anything else that she might do. I don't know if she's got any other vices. Knowing Donna, she's probably got a few that we don't know about. She's probably got a few that Harvey doesn't know about. But anyway, she did. She looked a bit beefier, and she looked quite well. However, when she came in today, I'm putting pics up, but when she came in today, well, when we saw her sat there today, I actually thought, can you go downhill that quick in a week? I mean, I know you can go downhill overnight if something bad happens, but I thought, she's gone right downhill. Now, I know a few people are wondering whether she's done it, you know, she's doing it on purpose to make herself look like, you know, the little old lady, and things like that. But I don't actually think that. I think that stress that's done that to her. She's probably not been able to eat. She got a bit of a taste last week of what it's like in that courtroom. And I think as well last week that she possibly was had a lot of hope. And then she heard Georgia Cappleman, and I think that's give her a bit of a kick up. Sarah Dugan, she got up, didn't she? She said her bit, and today she did as well. I like that. I like them both. I keep saying this, but I'm glad that we're hearing a little bit more out of Sarah. But I think reality hit home with Donna last week, possibly when she left that courtroom, and everything had chance to manifest over the week. And it's been like, what about this? What about that? And she's wondering now how she's going to push back on this. And because there's no doubt, Donna's an intelligent woman. She's not stupid. The only thing that I'm not getting with her, or with any of them really, is this insistence on continuing with this. I just don't get it at all. So one of the other things that they brought up in court, Rashbaum brought up, was they don't want Jeffrey Lacasse to be able to say that Charlie told Wendy and Wendy told him, because that's hearsay. I mean, yeah, it's been said in the past, but for some reason they're trying to put a block on that. I don't think Judge Everett has decided on that one yet, and I don't know why that wasn't stopped before as hearsay, but it wasn't anyway, and it's always gone through. So it could be that possibly there might be something. As I say, I'm not a lawyer. Just on that note as well, I don't know if a lot of these things that are coming up for the first time, because there does seem to be quite a few things today that came up for the first time. I'm not going to go through them all. And I don't know if it's because of this new lawyer, this Alex Morris. On that note, by the way, I've not done much research on him, basically because I don't think there's any need to. On Rashbaum, I did, because things haven't got going, and we was all worried. Like I'm worried a little bit about Lauro, and I am going to do some research on him before Wendy hits court, because obviously she's going to hit court. But I've not done it on Alex. Now, Alex Morris is a Tallahassee attorney. Now, they've got an attorney from Tallahassee because I don't know, maybe different laws, different rules, obviously there's different ways, and they're trying to warm themselves a little bit more to the people of Tallahassee, which if that's part of it, you're wasting your time, because the people of Tallahassee, from what I've researched and from the cases I've covered in Tallahassee, which because I covered the Denise Williams case as well, and they're like that. The very tight knit, the loyal people, determined people, and build good communities there. The fact that he does practice in Tallahassee, and that would be of use. But I don't know if it's because of him that a lot of these things are coming up for the first time. We'll see. Now, also, this with Chris Corbett, it's weird because I was watching Chris Corbett on the stand last night, actually. Do you know what? I don't know what life is out there. And I bet you, and I know, I don't bet, I know a lot of you are the same. Or that I go to work, I see my family, and then it's this. And I can't think of anything else. I don't even hardly go out with my friends anymore, because they won't know what I'm talking about. And I'm not interested in anything else, to be fair. So, but, where was I? Yeah, I was watching Chris Corbett. And I was thinking, while I was watching him, how articulate he was, and precise, and the way he did put all them cause together, how he did do that picture, and he made it so easy for us to understand. Now, of course, this is where we've got the problem now, because they don't want all that going through, and they don't want him to be described as an expert. Now, from what I can gather with that, he's coming into court next week, because they're having a final hearing before the trial, and I think Everett's going to decide then about that, about what he wants to take through, what they want to put up there, what they don't want up there, and about him being described as an expert. But he's an expert, isn't he? I mean, an expert isn't just somebody that's done qualifications, and an expert is also somebody that does the same thing over and over again, and as I've just mentioned, is good at what they do, articulate at what they do. That's what makes an expert. So, in my book anyway. But we'll see what Everett says on that. Just going back to this evidence that Chris Corbett, all these telephone calls and the planning and the display of it and whether it should go. in with the jurors or not, or whether it should be used. This is only just coming up, and I was wondering, I wonder if this had anything to do with this new attorney, this Alex Morris, whether he's bringing it up, because Rashbaum never did anything about this when it was in Charlie's trial, and it was used massively in Catherine McBanaway's trial, and nobody did put a stop to it then. So yeah, it's a bit weird that this is just coming up now. I don't think it's anything to do with Donna, or Donna saying anything, but I think it's possibly this attorney who's assisting that he's I think it looks as though what they're doing is they're trying to, knowing that they're not going to get everything they want, they're going full on. They've tried to stop this with Georgia Cappleman, with the impeachment with Wendy, where she says certain things in a book. She also said once that she hadn't said to Jeffrey Lacasse about a brother hiring a hitman. So she admitted it once, and then she denied it on the stand another time. Honestly, I don't want to explain about that immunity too much. Like I said, I'm not a lawyer, but it looks as though that now Rashbaum, with this new attorney, they're going full on with everything. As I said, knowing that half of it's going to be wiped off the table and not even listened to. A lot of it Judge Everett has already decided on, but still with this Chris Corbett, what he wants to bring to the table again, he's not decided on that. Again, as I said, that's going to be next week. Now what else was there? I don't know what any of you thought about, which everybody's going to be talking about this, with what the judge said. So I'll just play it again for you.
One other matter to address with the defendant directly before we finish this morning. Ms. Adelson, next week we are going to have your final pretrial. That is typically the hearing in which I inquire of both parties if they are in fact ready to go to trial, if any continuances are necessary, and also information concerning plea offers. As I stated to you at a previous hearing, I do not prod people to take pleas. However, if you wish to consider a plea offer from the state, the time is rapidly coming for you to make that decision as to whether you desire to entertain any plea offer or not. If you want your counsel to provide an offer to the state, also the time is coming very close to a conclusion for them to do that as well. I'm not going to prod you either way, but I want you to be mindful of the fact, once we begin jury selection and the denial is sworn, that means trial has started. From there, basically because of count one, if you are convicted as charged, my hands will be tied concerning any sentencing on that matter. Your attorneys will have further discussion with you concerning this, but if you are considering anything at all, you need to make a decision on this quickly. Do you understand where I'm coming from?
Yes, I do.
Very well. We are in recess. I will see everyone next week at 9 o'clock, September 12th.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Maybe briefly go sidebar.
Yes.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Oh, okay. Sorry, I got it. I understand. Okay, that's your job. Sorry.
Just to reiterate that, it says, now is the time to seriously consider a plea or offer of plea. My hands are tied with sentencing. Your move, Donna. You know what he's saying? Once everything starts, once you sit down to that trial, it's too late. But let me tell you something. What keeps crossing my mind, I don't think she's going to take a plea deal. Let me just say that. I couldn't imagine her taking a plea deal. There's no point in Charlie coming out of the woodwork now. You know, like with Charlie, I did think about him as well. He can say what he wants now because he's got life. So it's not going to benefit him. Well, he can't do a plea deal now, but it's not going to benefit him to drop anybody in it, particularly Wendy, because all that's going to do really then is just turn her kids against him. But I was wondering, could he just sit on that stand and say, no comment? I did say I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a lawyer. But can he just sit up there and can he just say anything? Because he's going back to prison anyway. So, and I don't think anybody's going to be doing him any favours. Right, I'll tell you what I was thinking. I don't think Donna's going to do a plea deal. Let me put it like this. If Donna did do a plea deal, I wouldn't be dead shocked. Because Donna's a very, very selfish woman, in my opinion. She's very, very selfish and controlling. I've said it before, haven't I? You know, the sun shines. Thrown aside when she was ready to go to Vietnam. So, yeah. But I'll tell you what I did keep thinking. I kept thinking that if they do pick Wendy up, leaving the courtroom, or if she commits perjury, if they have her on that, or whatever they get her on, because they're going to get her. I even think possibly now they've already got it planned. How because they almost know what she's going to say, what she's going to answer to every question practically. So I do wonder whether they've got some markers on. If we don't get her on that, we'll get her on this, or whatever, or whether they've got something else in the bag. However, I have wondered whether when they do get Wendy, whether Wendy decides I'm going to do a plea deal, but it won't be a plea deal to say I did know about it and this is a plea deal, how they normally go, like Luis Rivera's went. He held his hands up and said, yeah, I was there, I was part of it, but this is my plea deal. I think Wendy's plea deal, if she was to do one, it would be more like bit like Catherine McBanawas, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Just don't think bad of me. I didn't know, but I did suspect that my mother and my brother was setting something up like this. I would not put that past Wendy one bit, because Wendy is not going to prison in Wendy's mind. She's going to do anything and everything. I've got another little thing about Wendy as well, but I'm going to save it for tomorrow because it's in tomorrow's script. That's what I think Wendy would do with that plea deal if she got the option of a plea deal, and I think this is why she's keeping herself separate and she's not discussing anything, because I think that's one of her moves on the chessboard. That I'm just hanging that one up there just in case I need it. And then she says, yeah, I did suspect, I wasn't part of it. I did say don't talk stupid. I didn't actually think, we laughed about it. I didn't actually think they was going to go through with it. All this. So no, I don't think Donna's going to do a plea deal. I think for some reason, I don't know, because I actually thought Donna would have seen through Rashbaum by now, and she hasn't. Yeah, but I just feel like things have moved around a little bit on that table over there. And like I said, I don't know if it's because Donna is pushing him in the right direction to say, I don't want you to say that, that's this, that's that. They're going to think, because she's got her head screwed on, where Charlie hasn't got his head screwed on. Or whether it's this Alex Morris, whether he's reining it in and saying, right, you know, this is, we need to rehash this. Because listen, I don't think for 1 minute, I don't think Rashbaum earned his crust on Charlie's case at all. I mean, when you stand up and, you know, and say objection and then sit down laughing, as though, you know, as though he's in some kind of nursery school, kindergarten, you know, like putting his hand up in class and he's getting it wrong. And, you know, he didn't earn his crust at all. He didn't even try. I'm glad, but I keep saying this, I am glad that they've got him. And, you know, he's going through their money. I mean, who knows? He might be smarter than every one of us. And he might, you know, they say sometimes that you know, you've got to be quite intelligent to act a bit stupid and to get away with it. So it could be that, could all be like a big facade that really he knows the game that he's playing. You don't know. But he's not earned anything, not what he's been paid anyway. And I just don't know whether this Alex is sort of like trying to rein it in to make the case look half decent. At least he's got something about him where he wants to look like he's earning his money, because Rashbaum hasn't so far. But that's this is where I can see this going. Obviously, Donna's she's going along with this. She's going to go down, and Judge Everett has said what he's had to say. I don't think he was giving her. I don't think he was telling us to do a plea deal. I think he was possibly doing it because maybe he's not 100% confident in Rashbaum, that Rashbaum has put that option to her enough times or made it important enough. I don't know, because I've not heard him say that before. So, and I don't even know if that's normal for him to do that. I don't know, but I just thought it was a bit strange that he did that. But I don't, like I said, I don't think he was telling her to do that. I think he was just saying, just letting you know, like, don't come crying to me afterwards, because my hands are tied. When I put that cap on for sentencing, that's it. When this trial starts, that's it. So he was just making it really clear, and I think he just wanted to hear her say, yes, I understand, which she did, and she's not going to go for it. She's not going to go for it, but if she opened her eyes now and looked at her daughter, she'd realise exactly what's going to happen, because for Wendy, she's going to think her argument is going to be to her dad, well, those two are away, they've both got life anyway, so I might as well try and save myself, and I'll say me and you didn't know, Dad, you know, like sign that inheritance over to me, but me and you didn't know, because she has got some kind of loyalty to her dad that she hasn't got to her mum or Charlie. I've mentioned this before. Her old demeanour changes when they mention her dad. She doesn't like it, but this is where I just wonder all this is going. Like I say, I'm not a lawyer. I call myself, like, I'm just an observationist. I'm doing a video tomorrow night. It is quite long. It is covering quite a lot of things that I've not covered. Just some things as well, like I say, that are just happening that I've not really heard mentioned, and I just want to put it your way, especially to the viewers. I just want to put it your way. So when you see that pop up tomorrow, don't think it's this one popping up again. It isn't. It's a new one. Yeah, and I think that's it actually. Just let me interrupt the video just one moment. If I could just ask you, that did you like button down there, if you can just smash that did you like button for me, that's right, and hit the subscribe button. I'm sure you have all done that already anyway, but just for them that haven't, okay, cheers. What do you think about this, the way she looks? I like I said, some people, I heard somebody say that they think she was putting it on. I don't think she's putting it on, because she looks, I won't put it past her, by the way, you know, but to me she looks physically changed a lot. She looks totally. Can I just tell you something else as well? Because I didn't cover that that hearing last week, mainly because it's a lot of it is to do with the motions and everything. I'm better once it gets in court and I start listening to the witnesses. But you know what I did notice last week when we kind of thought she looked quite well, really, is that, and this is what I think has been eating away at her. If you watch that video last week where you see where it just zooms in on her and she's just there, she is just there, like sat there when they're all talking and all the rest of it. I think there's a bit of a sidebar or something, and the camera is just on her, and at times she looks like she's going like rigid, and you know, like the tension, and she's like clenching, and the tension is just physically, you can see that there's like mini jerks in her body. Just watch, if you have time, just watch that again. And I think that was, to me, looked like fear. She was absolutely frightened to death. And I think in that week that's how she's been for the last week, and I think that was the result of how she looked today. Yeah, she's in fear. Not that we all care or anything. I've got to say though, it doesn't make me feel good to see anybody like that, even the Adelsons. But the thing is, I'm not built like her. You know, she wouldn't care about seeing anybody suffer. I haven't got that much hate in me at all. So it's not that I didn't like to witness that or anything, but she's brought it on herself. She's brought it all on herself. So, but that's what I thought the result of that was today, having a week of being like that. I just wanted to let you know that what my thoughts were on this one. And like I said, big video tomorrow. It's going to be quite long, so make sure you've got a brew ready. Okay, so it's my bedtime now. That's it. Don't forget, tomorrow night it's going to be like quite a long video, and I'll see you then. So in between, and take care, stay safe, and come back. See you tomorrow. Bye.